Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another stale movie review. Today I am talking about The Voices. Really quick though, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. Speaking of creepy patron peeps and generally just awesome people, this movie was requested for me to review by the Horror Addicts, who are patrons of mine because they're so sweet, and they're just like all around awesome people. I'm sure you guys all know about the Horror Addicts, but if for some crazy reason you don't, get on it and check out their channel. I'll link it in the description. And thank you so much for your request, guys. So let's get into this. Directed by Marjane Satrapi, The Voices follows Jerry, a mentally unhinged factory worker who must decide whether to listen to his cat and become a serial killer or follow his dog's advice to strive for normalcy. So before production even began on this movie, the script for the film was praised as being on the Blacklist Best Unproduced Screenplays of 2009. 2010, Ben Stiller was set to play the role of Jerry with Mark Romanek, hopefully I said that right, to direct the film. Did issue though, the production fell through, and then in 2012, Satrapi signed on to direct, and Ryan Reynolds was cast after he sent a recording of himself making all of the voices for the characters you hear in the movie, the dog, the cat, and a couple of others. They decided that it made perfect sense for a guy who is hearing voices to actually be able to make the voices himself. So in addition to playing Jerry, Ryan Reynolds also voices Jerry's cat, Mr. Whiskers, his dog Bosco, the deer that Jerry kills in the film, and Bunny Monkey from Jerry's flashback. Right, so getting into what I liked about this movie, I loved the cast of this movie. Not only do we have the hilarious Ryan Reynolds, but we also have Gemma Arterton. I wrote down pronunciations for everybody else that I couldn't, and Arterton. I looked up how to say it, I promise, and I don't know why I didn't write down the pronunciation like I did for the others. Damn it! You guys know who I'm talking about. I probably put her face up on the screen anyway. Anyways, we have her in it. Anna Kendrick and Jackie Weaver are also in this movie. I've never seen Gemma Arterton. So sorry. Arterton in anything comedic. I see her in like drama and like action type movies, but she was hilarious. Like she went like all out, and she made being a talking severed head in Some Psycho's refrigerator look awesome. Anna Kendrick was also amazing as usual. I love her shift from like being like really adorable and awkward and having a crush on Jerry to like the sick realization when she finds out what Jerry actually is. Really compelling. Like again, like it's kind of like the opposite for Anna Kendrick. Like I usually only see her in comedic things. So even though it was partially comedic in the movie, when I see her shift to a more like a dramatic sort of thing, it was really good. The humor in this movie, it was pretty awesome. It was pitch black. Usually these black comedies are like a hit or miss with me, and I feel like it is for most people too. You either get it or you don't. And sometimes I don't get it, like, but the humor in this one really resonated with me this time. I think part of it came from the intense secondhand awkward like embarrassment I felt during certain parts of this movie. I don't know if like, I'm sure maybe hopefully a few of you out there are like that, where if you are watching an awkward situation in a show or in a movie, like you feel that secondhand embarrassment and you're like cringing even though you have nothing to do with the situation. To me, that means the scene was successful. Like if I feel so uncomfortable because it's so awkward, like it means it's an effective scene. I think like the actors are pulling it off, the writing is good, like it's just altogether successful if I feel uncomfortable and I'm not even participating in the scene. I also loved the visual representation of like Jerry's perception of reality in the movie, like what his like versus what his actual reality is. So we kind of first see this when Jerry's coming back from a session with his therapist, and he's like court ordered to be there or something like that, and his therapist is like, you have to take your medication. So he goes home, he takes the medication like he's supposed to, and then all of the sudden his apartment is like not perfect, but it's clean, it's neat. And then all of a sudden you see his apartment, he's like actually living in this like moldy, decaying, filthy, disgusting place. His pets don't talk, and the severed head in his fridge of Fiona is, well, just a severed head. We don't see this again until Lisa surprises Jerry at his place, and she like, so we see through her eyes for a second, like, again, this reality of the apartment. And when Jerry takes his medication after this scene, it goes right back to how it looks for the rest of the movie, and the pets can talk. So I like that visual representation of like what is going on in Jerry's head, kind of. It worked well to show like his detachment from reality. Like, he's so detached that he even is imagining his apartment to look different than it actually is. The only thing I wasn't too into for some reason was the therapy session scenes and the ending. I feel like the therapy sessions were kind of unrealistic, even though I can't speak from experience at all. Although I probably should be able to. I probably need therapy. I feel like Dr. Warren, played by Jackie Weaver, knows that Jerry isn't taking his medication, and he even admits it at one point that he's not taking his meds. And she just like thanks him for his honesty and lets him go. And like, again, like, I haven't been to therapy, probably need it, haven't been, but I don't know how it works, but I'm pretty sure if somebody is court ordered to go to therapy and take a medication, if he wasn't and admitted that he wasn't to his therapist, I don't think their therapist would just let them go. Would you? I don't know. I'm just ignorant on the subject though, but I was kind of just like, really? Like, also the ending was a bit blah. Like, it just ends, which I mean, I kind of get because it is from Jerry's point of view. So when he dies, the movie ends. It just felt a little lackluster, although they did bring it back a little bit with the musical number while the credits were rolling, so I appreciated that. Overall though, was The Voices worth watching? Yes, definitely worth it. So feel so bad that I haven't seen it before. It was really good. Definitely worth a watch, and it's on Netflix, so if you have a Netflix account, you have no excuse not to watch it, pretty much. This is a 4 out of 5. On IMDb, it has a 6.4 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 74% critic score and a 56% audience score, and on Letterboxd, it has a 3.2 out of 5. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and you can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video, even though it doesn't always work. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!